What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and perhaps the most epic backfire of, how do you say, virtue signaling, empty virtue signaling. Star Wars and Disney got destroyed over the weekend, something that, you know, I, along with many of the other in this particular space in the commentary world that covers Disney and Star Wars, Hollywood, we all took part in it, so we all did our part. Now, you're all aware of the flood of black background, white text virtue signaling that every corporation in America is putting out right now, telling you that they, the corporation, you know, in spite of all their various sweatshops and shady businesses, they are in fact the moral arbiters of the plebs, the people that buy their stuff. Now more than ever, you can buy our stuff. We've seen Logitech do it. We've seen Disney, Nike, every major company putting out meaningless statements in hope for retweets and likes and brand recognition. I don't care. I'm not hearing any arguments that they're just doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. I'm not hearing that. I just not. You know, if they want to do the goodness of their heart, rebuild some of these cities that you know, business owners lost everything in, help fund things without, you know, tweeting about it constantly. You don't get to tell me how to feel and act when you're some faceless, nameless corporation. And Star Wars, in particular, was hilarious. We could see Star Wars, we stand against racism, and we stand for inclusion. We stand with our fellow black employees, storytellers, creators, and the entire black community. We must unite and speak out. Well, let's see what some of the top comments were. Oh, here's one from me. Then why did you let her? And of course, to show you as an example, here is the poster in China. You might not recognize it for The Force Awakens, because here in The Force Awakens, John Boyega is about the third largest, right? We have Kylo Ren, then we have Rey, then we have John Boyega. Then you've got kind of everyone else here in the middle. Smaller Harrison Ford, maybe Leia even smaller than John Boyega. So John Boyega obviously very large. We see the Chinese poster. It actually looks like Rey is in a slightly different, Kylo Ren's in a slightly different position. Rey is exactly the same, and they have removed John Boyega, and they shoved him down here. And they, in my opinion, they also lightened his skin. Now, this is something that I don't think he ever spoke out about this. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Like, legitimately, maybe I am wrong. I didn't see it. None of these articles mentioned it. Star Wars China poster sparks controversy after shrinking John Boyega's character. Star Wars The Force Awakens fans are menaced by the Chinese poster for upcoming sci-fi epic. The poster has sparked controversy online over stylistic changes, one of which resulted in the diminished presence of John Boyega's lightsaber-wielding character. Here are some tweets about the poster. Here's Ray Wong. Star Wars Finn, who happens to be black, and Chewbacca happens to be a Wookiee, gets shafted in China. I didn't even notice what happened to Chewbacca. Where is he? Oh yeah, they just cut Chewbacca entirely. What's that about? Wait a minute, what is that about? Chinese Star Wars poster minimizes black characters' prominence. Aside from giving BB-8 more prominence, the biggest discrepancy between the two posters is the shrinking of Boyega's fin and the positioning of his body. Boyega, who plays a lead role, is lowered from the original poster, where he's the third largest character after Adam Driver's Kylo Ren and Daisy Ridley's Rey, and tucked under Harrison Ford's Han Solo and Carrie Fisher's Leia, and behind a much larger BB-8. Meanwhile, other non-white characters, including Oscar Isaac, who plays Poe Dameron, and Lupita, I don't want to mispronounce that, plays Maz Kanata, and Chewbacca, have been cut all together. So they cut other POCs. I didn't even know that at this, except for Finn, which they shrunk and stashed behind BB-8, hoping people wouldn't see. And again, it's in my opinion that they lightened his skin, but it could just be the images that I'm looking at. It really could be. So they're replaced by X-Wings, TIE Fighters, and a role of black actor. Boyega, in the role of Stormtrooper, was initially met with backlash, to whom it may concern. Get used to it, Boyega said last year about the issue. In a similar recent incident, Lionsgate was forced to recall marketing material for the movie 12 Years a Slave after posters in Italy featured Brad Pitt and Michael Fassbender at the expense of the main star, oh God, Chiwetel Ejiofor? I don't know. They cut the black guy off. So, look, you know, it's Finn and Lando from promo materials in China. Obviously, don't ask questions, just embrace, copy pasta, and consume. And we can look at further down this actual, replies, and it's just ridiculous. These corporations do not care. They just want your clicks and money. They will take this fake oppression myth and run with it as long as you go see the next Star Wars movie. Hypocrisy, and then people just posting only when it's profitable. I mean, that's the juxtaposition, right? Star Wars. First of all, look, John Boyega furious that all those checks cleared, and yet he said nothing about this. You can't fight every battle in the world, and your boss shrunk you down. It's and tried to hide you because apparently Chinese people don't like black folks. I didn't even really know that was a thing. So racism for profit, fine. But other racism, not good. As long as Disney can't profit from it, then it's not good. It's ridiculous. Now, maybe, hypothetically, I could see this happen. Maybe they would have tried to cut John Boyega altogether, and he fought, and they just left him on there, and they compromised to, like, shrink him down and hide. I wonder how he feels about this. I wonder if he's ever spoken. Like, literally. Be quiet brand. They're just getting flooded with this Farrison. They forgot to add except for when we're pandering to the Chinese market. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And everyone's memeing, we feel your pain. We hereby guarantee to support and do our best to publicly declare our support for whichever opinions will make you keep liking us. Because all we care about is money, 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 money. Money. Corporations, I mean, this meme is great. We at Brand are committed to fighting injustice by posting images to Twitter that express our commitment to fighting injustice. To that end, we offer this solemn black-on-white JPEG that expresses vaguely what needs to change or in what ways we will do anything about it. This is doubly true if Brand is particularly guilty of exacerbating these issues. We hope this action encourages you to view Brand positively without, expecting anything from us. This is exactly what, I mean, this whole thread is full. Activision Blizzard just put out, let's see, today and always, we support all disclaimer. But do you stand with the people of Hong Kong? I'm really happy to see Activision making this statement, given this company's commitment to inclusivity too. You see this meme getting in there, and then you have, of course, all of the normal stand. Hong Kong has some questions. Can't say this about Hong Kong, though, can you? I mean, it's ridiculous that people get sucked into how vapid and meaningless these statements are. Black characters for Chinese in Diablo. Hold on, I'm pretty sure they did. I think it was Diablo, like the witch or something like that. No, they did. They removed like witches or something because they were black, because culturally safe option. Here we go. So this is it. We're not gonna. You see, Diablo 3 has two very dark-skinned characters with the Witch Doctor and Tyrell. The Witch Doctor was cut from the game entirely, not even appearing in the cinematic. Mr. Chen gave the non-committal answer and possibly added that the Witch Doctor might add it later. But given the pre-registration for the beta is already happening, it seems unlikely. Many Diablo fans wanted a game which comes chronologically after Diablo 3, placing a game chronologically, blah, blah, blah. Removing dark-skinned characters, marginalizing their importance, or simply changing the color of their skin to lighter color happens all the time in China. Considering and following two posters for Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and pay close attention what happens to Finn. So we fight